Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So these walls here, that'll be your temple, is all the ductwork. And what it does is it supplies and returns the air all the way around through these big channels. Obviously, with this wall coming down, we have to resupply your restaurant, and we have to resupply this with heating and air conditioning. Right? And most of your heating is right there, so it's really mainly air conditioning.
Is there air conditioner in this building or not?
Yes, there is. There's air conditioning.
And that air conditioner is sufficient for how many people? It's a 7-ton air conditioner, you said, right?
Yes, so 7 tons would condition this space right here with having people in it. This space with very little people in it, just a few people. And then the other side will probably most likely be all right, the other side of this wall. So what happens is by taking down all this ductwork, we need to put all the ductwork underneath this floor and cut holes through all the concrete and get all the ductwork in the floor. Now, so only having 7.5 tons is not enough to do this entire room top to bottom, especially when there's people in it. So what we're proposing to do is add an HVAC unit on the other side of the wall on the second floor, run a trunk at one of the best locations that we can find. We don't know exactly where that is yet. It might be on this side over here, because the ceiling is so beautiful. We don't want to wreck the ceiling. But we are going to definitely have to run a trunk coming all the way across to dump additional air conditioning in here, because it'll just be too hot. It won't keep
So
on.
there is a duct which is going to come all the way from the ceiling to this side? No, I'm sorry.
The duct will come from the second floor, somewhere over there, and it'll come across the room and drop more cold air down.
Okay, got it.
So again, this is all very thick concrete. It's about 1 foot thick, from what we can tell, is what these floors are. So we'll be cutting in registers all over the place. That being said, the downstairs kitchen, which is already where the proposed kitchen was, the ceilings are too short as it is. The ductwork that's there is already too low. It's not legal. We're going to have to triple and quadruple the amount of ductwork down there in order to get that unit that's down there that comes up here and gets distributed above us, because that'll all get distributed from underneath. And that's why that kitchen will never fit into that space. I mean, the ceilings would be this tall at best.
If we think of shifting the kitchen from the front to the back, so front to the back, where currently the classrooms are there, is that a possibility?
It is a possibility to put the kitchen back there. Yep, absolutely. And again, my number one goal is obviously really costs was the big thing.
So
by putting a kitchen downstairs on the lower level, I have a lot of underground plumbing that needs to get done. I got to rip up the concrete, pretty much a good section of the entire basement, because I have to get all the way from the kitchen with underground grease traps and everything else to get all the waste out of the building. And that leaves this side of the building over here. The hood system, there's a lot of complexities with the hood system, because the hood system will end up coming up. Either you have to go out the back foundation and then out up, or you're going to wreck one of these rooms and all your ductwork is going to come up through one of these offices to get up high enough to exit the building onto the side. That's why the first floor made the absolute most sense, because we already had the openings in the building that are there. I can put in the exhaust hood blowing out. I also need to have air coming in, and it's going to be conditioned air. So I need to have a furnace in there that's actually going to warm up the cold air as it's getting sucked back into the building.
Is it a code requirement to have that capacity of air conditioner, or
Yes.
is it?
Yeah, to have, it's called conditioned makeup air. So any air that you suck out of the building, you have to return it. So it goes through an ERV, and then it goes through a furnace if it needs to be heated. And so what happens, so now when you're bringing in air from outside, you're not bringing it in at 0 degrees, you're bringing it in at 50 degrees. And that is a hood requirement.
This is a code requirement.
Yep, it's a code requirement.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to go downstairs.